meditate on this. The sub-black hole is a vacuum. It pulls in everything that crosses its path. The portals or gateways to the subconscious mind exist on the human body. And some of them are called ears, some of them are called eyes. And you can receive certain signals and things and messages, etc., through these senses, through these tools for senses, sight, hearing, etc. But no matter what you do, no matter what you put in front of your ears, no matter what you put in front of your eyes, just understand that the subconscious mind is going to receive that and it's going to be embedded within you in perpetuity. It's going to be with you forever. And the people in power know this. The ruling class know this, and they do a damn good job of putting things in there that are not going to lead to quality of thought. It's important that you take control of this and try to embed things with high quality of thought into your subconscious mind, so that when they come back to the surface, when they come back, they pop out on the other side, they're fruitful. The things that are good for you, things that lead to quality of thought. So try to embed good things in your subconscious mind. Now that we know we have to program the subconscious mind, do that consciously, the next question becomes, with what? I believe we need to start with music. Music is very natural. Everybody loves music. They're even treating dementia with music, because music can take you to the past, bring you to memories, the vibe. Everything is just seems to come into focus clearly. It's easily visualized when you put music and have a soundtrack to your life. And so what type of music do we listen to? You know, it's part of our daily ritual. It's part of our daily dealings in programming the subconscious mind. The type of music we listen to is very important. And think about quality of thought. Is your music going to nurture the idea of quality of thought? Or is it ratchet? Is it supremely ghetto? Is it trash? Or is it breathing life into you? Right? It's the difference between listening to, you know, something that's promoting death as to something that's promoting life. Looking at some of the neurological effects that happen when you listen to certain types of music, nourishing the brain with that type of music. The TV shows you watch, the movies you watch. What type of shows do you watch, and how are you inspired by them? What are the images that are being implanted in your subconscious mind from the movies and TV and the media that you watch, from the things you watch on YouTube, etc., etc. If you look at one of those controversial stories about TikTok, I said that Chinese people, or the Chinese Communist Party, whatever, has a different algorithm than the one for the Western nations. The one in the Western nations, the kids are watching videos that go viral, doing pranks TikTok, and all types of silly stuff. I said that Chinese people in China's, or the Chinese Communist Party, kids, completing puzzles, has a different algorithm. Math. These are the things they're promoting because they understand for the Western nations. The program Western nations, the kids are watching videos that go viral, doing pranks and all types of silly stuff. I said that Chinese people in China's, or the Chinese Communist Party, completing puzzles, has a different algorithm. These are the ones what type of media are you for the Western nations? The program Western nations, the kids are watching videos, go viral, doing pranks, all types of silly stuff. I said that Chinese people in China, or the Chinese Communist Party, completing puzzles, like algorithm.
What type of media is Hotep Jesus?
For the Western nations, the program Western nations, the kids are watching videos, go viral, doing pranks, all types of silly stuff. I said that Chinese people in China, or the Chinese Communist Party, completing puzzles, like algorithm. One of my favorites is Hotep Jesus. Videos go viral, pranks, silly stuff. Chinese comedy but I also need some gangsta in my life. I'm not perfect, but I need some pranks. I need some cartel, Chinese comedy that's the stuff I have. I like gangsta in my life. I like violence. I like pranks. I like cartel, like the Italian comedy. But I also try to be conscious of what I'm saying. So, what you do is, we're going to come across some content that is not high quality. So what we have to do is we have to wrap this stuff. So what you can do is when its image appears before your subconscious mind, what you can do is we can frame it. So when it gets embedded and it gets stored within your mental hard drive, it's filed in a folder. It'll mark bad, mark good, mark appears too questionable, mark, you can label these things. So sometimes when things come into our subconscious mind, we don't frame it, we don't put a label on it. We have to say, okay, if I'm watching a movie and they're murdering people, as we watch it, you got to label that bad. Sometimes no way, right? And even some labels that your personal opinion might weigh in and say, okay, if I'm watching a movie and they're stuff like so even though everything's in there, she might be something you may enjoy, right? And even it's very important to frame that stuff and label that stuff. Mind knows, okay, this is this and this is that. There's a clear difference. It's not just sitting there to be surrounded later on. It's very important to frame that stuff and label that stuff. What is your receptivity? Are you receiving it? Are you only transmitting? You have to tune in radio to receive messages. Sometimes we get caught up with our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is constantly sending signals out to the universe, to God, friends, family, etc. Sometimes you see set yourself back at zero. Sometimes I'm not intending to send any messages. I'm intending to receive them. I call it my mind. I'm speaking about these fast. Sometimes when I open up my mind, I enter a state of receptivity to receive this thing with too many views. I'm intending to receive by God messages, mind, I'm speaking about these fast. Visualization, all these things are made possible by entering a receptive state. Dismissing the world and all of its physicalness, dismissing the world and all of its 3D-ness, dismissing the matrix, forgetting you are of this physical dimension, dismissing all of that.
I get that handle for you again.
Dismissing the matrix,
That's awesome. I get that handle for you again. You guys ready to work 6 hours early? You guys ready to work 6 hours early? You guys ready to work 6 hours early? hour journey. For a 6-hour journey. For a 6-hour journey.
Hey, yo. Listen, my bad. I was doing some research this morning on Rumble, and I had my Rumble volume up, and I'm sitting there trying to figure out where is this volume coming from, and could not find it. Anyway, please don't tell me. You said you blame Royce. Please don't tell me I was out here arguing with strangers about a Republican man's high-heel boots. The Grift Report starts now.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
And
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
What's up, people? Welcome. It's the Grift Report, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. I'm your host, the Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to all my Hotepistanis.
Hotep.
What up, y'all? What up, Goldstein? What up, Strong Dad? I see y'all. The Royce interview was crazy. Everybody's like, yo, it's such a great interview. I'm like, I'm the one that had to do it. This shit was crazy, yo. Oh my God. Royce is hilarious. At some moments I was laughing, and it was moments I was supposed to be serious, but the way he was telling the stories, I was just crying. He was like, hold on, I'm getting too worked up. Cause I like to work my guests up.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I like to, I want to see what's good, So I hyped him up. He was like, hold on, let me calm down. Oh, man, it was great. I really enjoyed the interview. I can't wait to do part 2. I'm going to wait for something crazy to happen, and I'm going to call him up. We're going to do part 2. And that's probably not too far away either, because this is America. Crazy shit happens every week. So who knows? I can't wait to hear from the callers. I want the callers to tell me what they thought about Royce. I don't think he's crazy. I just think he's crazy because, like he said, he got that Icarus effect, flying too close to the sun. I don't know, man. Shit's crazy out here. Shit is crazy. He was talking about Whitlock. He was talking about neocons. He had me digging in the archive looking for books. I got like 3 new books in my iPad and my phone, and I want more. I'm about to ask the chat, what's the best book that connects communism to conservatism? That's what I want to know. What book exposes the neocons and ties the links between? I already found some. I was up last night. I'm disheveled today. I was up last night researching, reading and shit. Like I said, I downloaded 3 books. And, you know, I skimmed 3 of them, landed on one. I was like, nah, this the one right here. I got to read this one.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
The title is so spicy. I don't even want to say the title of the book here. You know, you got to come to Hotep Con on one of the events for that. Grifty's coming soon. Don't forget. We're going to be selling tickets to the Grifties. Come out, hang out with us in New Jersey. Bring you to my hood, my home state, you know.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
But yeah, the Royce White interview was courageous. I kept looking at him in the beginning of the interview, and I'm like, yo, who he remind me of? I'm like, yo, this nigga look like Goldstein. Say this man look, I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm talking to Goldstein all over again. It's just light-skinned niggas with beards and tinfoil koofies everywhere. Just roaming the earth. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. We got a lot to discuss today. We've got a lot to discuss today. I want to try and do this as efficient as possible. I have about 53 minutes. You guys think I can do this? Off the cuff diatribe on 3 particular topics. Today we're going to discuss dissecting Biden's new executive order. Okay. We talked about the Royce interview. We're going to talk to the callers about the Royce interview later. If you're in the chat, super chat your best moment. I'll read it on the screen. Your best moment from the Royce. From the Royce interview yesterday. Shout out to Nerd Nash. Shout out to my sponsor, Syscoin. We're also going to discuss Democrats threatening black voters. Democrats threatening black voters. Ain't that something? Let's bring this up on the screen. Let's bring it up on the screen. There it is. We're going to first dive into Biden's executive order. We're going to look at his artificial intelligence executive order. Then we're going to talk about these Democrats and threatening black people. Okay? Hold on. Because I closed my windows out looking for the sound. I just started closing windows out looking for the sound when the sound was messing up earlier.
The laws that exist in place are already for...
Oh, shut up, lady. Hold on, I'm bringing it on the screen now. All right, here we go. This is Fox. I like Fox take on this. It hit on all the points. Whoever wrote this, it hit on all the points. Let's take a look at it. Oh, my highlights aren't there anymore. It's all good. I know this article like the back of my hand. So Biden signed what he called a landmark executive order. It's absolutely that. That's exactly what it is. This is a landmark in the history of the United States, this executive order. This is an executive order on artificial intelligence. They issued an artificial intelligence Bill of Rights. Now, we know all of the dystopian movies about artificial intelligence all start with a damn Bill of Rights. Now, I hate using the term this way, but what they're going to try and do is they're going to try and woke the machine. And this is why they stole woke, I believe. They stole the word woke so they can awaken the AI. They're gonna make it woke. And that's when the AI going to start doing dumb shit. Just a theory. So it says President Biden signed what he called a landmark executive order on artificial intelligence. So, hold on. Oh, my highlights are there. Oh, I'm sorry. No, my highlights are there. I was about to say that's not the right part of the article. Let's just jump down here. Fuck all that other shit. So the executive order will require AI developers to share safety test results with the government. Right? Now, we have to stop right there. We have to come right over here, back to Twitter. Rudy, what up? Thank you for the super chat. He said the whole damn interview was fire. I asked for that interview a year ago, and you didn't fail to deliver. Hotep and Bill, Royce is a Hotep. Rudy saw the interview. That's love right there. That's love. So now we have to go here. Hold on. Now we have to go. I do have to adjust this. Okay, boom. It snapped right into place. All right, check this out. We have to come back to Twitter. Then we'll go back to the argument because it's like I'm psychic or something. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna play this first, right? And then I'm gonna show you something. Because I don't want to explain myself if I've already explained myself. So I published this short on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Now, hold on. I'm going to go to TikTok right now. Let's see how many views it's got on TikTok. Because TikTok be jipping me. TikTok be treating me bad. All right, so it has 830 views on TikTok, right? So that means it's not going to move over there. TikTok don't like me. What's this over here? 3,600. This is so far. I published this morning. 3,600 over on Instagram. And how many I got on YouTube? I'm gonna see on YouTube. Shorts. 1.2. But TikTok wasn't too far off. It's the lowest, but it's not too far off. So on my Twitter, I'm going to just go to my highlights. And you'll see it right here. 26,000 views over on Twitter, right? All right, let's listen to it.
The Biden administration is getting ready to weaponize black people against the middle class, and I'm going to show you exactly how. Recently, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden held a press conference in regard to artificial intelligence. Biden did slip up and say he wants to regulate AI.
To realize the promise of AI and avoid the risk, we need to govern this technology.
Take a look at the Bill of Rights for artificial intelligence. In there, they talk about discrimination specifically and extensively, specifically talking about the African American community. So what they want to do is they
see, there they go again.
Want to use our emotions to get us to champion a cause to regulate AI, which is going to work against
AI and avoid the risk.
Bill of Rights for artificial intelligence. In there, they talk about discrimination specifically.
See why they doing me like, come on, Elon.
And extensively, specifically talking about the African American community. So what they want to do is they want to use our emotions to get us to champion a cause to regulate AI, which is going to work against our best interest. Soon, in my prediction, I think they're going to require licenses just to use ChatGPT. What they want to do is stop the lower and the middle class from using AI to increase our quality of life. You've been warned. AI should be free and ungoverned. Subscribe for more. Biden.
All right, so everybody saw that. Now, let's go back. I just want to make sure my premise was explained properly, thoroughly, and cited. We're not going to bring up the Bill of Rights. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Everybody saw that. You can go look that up. That's really simple. Just type in AI Bill of Rights. It'll pop right up. We're going to go right here. So, in response to this, we get, who is this? Bro right here. All right. We get bro right here, whoever this is. All right. And he says here, I mostly agree. AI should be regulated. But the regulation shouldn't fall on the burden of the user. It should fall on the manufacturer to ensure they don't program AI in a nefarious way. So the regulations don't exactly say it falls on the user. It's not what it's saying. We'll show you that later when we go back to the Fox News article. But that's what it's not doing. It's not putting the burden on the user. The burden on the user is a hidden tax on your energy. It's a hidden tax on your energy, your specific output. Because when you output energy, normally you receive that in a form of dollars and cents, right? Most of you. So it's a tax on your energy. So you don't see it because you don't see your energy. You look inside. You can't look at your energy, right? You feel it, right? So they tax your energy because, like I said, the inability to use AI gives other people an unfair advantage. It's like telling people, hey, you can't use that computer because they're going to raise the bar on it. And it's specifically going to raise the bar on it for small business owners. Small business owners could develop AI programs to do various things. I'll come back to the liability on that in a moment. It's very double-edged. It's double-edged. So the individual here says it should be regulated. So programs don't do things in a nefarious way. And I say to myself, you can't stop people from doing bad things. You can't do it now with the stuff we have. Just because they have AI isn't going to change a damn thing. Right? Just not. It's not. It's not. People do a lot of nefarious things. Okay, so they're going to do bad things with AI. Okay. And what about the people that need to do good things with AI? What about us? What about the people that want to do good things? So basically what you're going to do is you're going to punish us. Anyway, so I said AI should be free and ungoverned. It should not fall on the manufacturer because that would raise the barrier to entry for the middle class, which is the point of my video. I said, yeah, I get the barrier problem. But without any kind of regulations, how do we stop AI from being programmed to spy and track on its users? How do we secure privacy? Because we all know AI is the main weapon the NWO elites you plan to use against the people, but I'm going to tune it. And I said, that's a very simple problem. Fight AI with AI. And you don't need AI to snoop and track. So the gentleman says here, he says, my fear is the manufacturers will install something, AI maybe, that gives them ultimate control, and this AI tracking will be next level, allegedly. The COVID vaccines had nanobots in them that will connect directly to AI once it's fully activated, giving them the potential to know your thoughts. Now, this brother, damn.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Talk about Galaxy tinfoil Kofi tape. He done connected the AI to the COVID nanobots and Elon's brain chip. He done overdosed on the red pill. He overdosed on the red pill. I like where he's going though. I like how his mind works. I like this. I'd rather see somebody make a galaxy brain take than a dumbass take. But my response is very simple. You have a smartphone, don't you? If you don't think they know everything your ass doing with that damn smartphone in your pocket, just stop it. Go back to a flip phone. Use a walkie-talkie or something like that. Make sure you got a scrambler in between. I mean, what are we really doing here? What are we really doing here? Y'all be on the internet telling everybody all your business, where you be at, tagging your location for points. Think they don't know where the fuck you going? Think they don't have surveillance on your ass already? You think AI is going to change that much? Telling people right now, the conservatives of the future are cypherpunks.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Let's go look up what that means. Hold on. Let's look up the definition of cypherpunk. Let's take a look at it. Let's put this in. It's not giving me the definitions I want. Anyway, they're going to be very, they keep pulling up Cyberpunk, the damn video game. Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? Anyway, they're going to be very technologically advanced. To get around all of this snooping, you're going to have people VPNing and firewalling, bouncing all types of. Goldstein said he going to use the smoke signals. Bouncing off of all types of proxy IPs and whatnot. Encrypted messaging. We're doing it now.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
We're doing it now. We're doing that now. People are having end-to-end encryption messaging. We're doing it now. So, what's the old phrase they always say? They use fear, this fear, to push regulation. And that's exactly what this person is talking about here. They have this fear of AI is going to get some control over their mind. But that fear was put there by who? They put that fear in your head. That's the premise of my video.
Intelligence. Biden did slip up and say he wanted AI.
Avoid the risk technology.
Take a look at the Bill of Rights for artificial intelligence.
Right
Talk
here.
about discrimination specifically and extensively in the American community. So what they want to do is they want to use our emotions to get us to champion a cause to regulate AI.
That's it. That's what they want. They want you scared. Don't be scared. Be empowered. Be empowered. If they got AI, we got AI. It's that simple. Good versus evil. It's always been here. And what y'all want to do is y'all want to make it harder for the good people to use the AI against the bad people. So now all the bad people have the AI.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's like the guns. Yeah, let's make sure only the bad guys have guns and good people can't possess one. It's the same thing all over again. It ain't new. This ain't new. It's the same play, new industry. Same play, new industry. So now we can go back. Now we can go back to the Fox article. Hold on. Okay. So, executive order will require AI developers to share safety test results with the government. Basically, this is a road bump. Imagine you're on the highway and somebody put a road bump right there. Or, you know, there's road work ahead. So now we've all moved into one lane. See, now you create a bottleneck of applications that the government has to go through and approve and amend and slow down the industry. Everybody slow down. There's only one lane now. We went from 25 lanes to one lane. And Biden's falling asleep. So who knows when we're going to get to your application. Okay? When I said I was going to dissect this, I meant I was going to dissect this. Slow down. One lane only. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. This is a sad day in American history. And y'all out here arguing about what shoes a president got on because he's insecure about his height. A short president in high heels. I'm sorry, a short governor in high heels. A wannabe president. A wannabe president in high heel shoes. A short wannabe president in high heel shoes. This is what y'all was arguing about. Me and Royce was over here talking real shit. We talking about World War III. Y'all talking about high heel shoes. Shortest memory ever. Just last week, it was pray for Israeli lives, and you better not say nothing otherwise. Now they got time to just crack jokes. All of a sudden, they just forgot about all them bodies in the Middle East. Reports coming in, it's genocide in Gaza. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. Me and Royce talking real shit. Y'all out here talking about high heel boots on men. I need a pause button. What's matter of fact, y'all need this. Alhamdulillah. You gotta pray over these cats, man. You gotta pray over these cats because this is just bad. This is just bad for business. Anyway, create standards to monitor and ensure the safety of AI. So this is a whole new department you got to hire, or you got to take time out of your day to set this stuff up, right? So this is where you have, you'll have an open source community that should do enough to dodge regulations. Because when you do it open source and you share it with the community, then it's not owned by you. It's owned by everyone. So how are you going to take everybody to court? But that's what they want, though. They're like, you better go open source with your stuff. You go private, you got to deal with us, right? There's plenty of hackers, white hat hackers that make sure we have access to our own AI, open source AI. You can run local AI, okay? So, again, bottleneck. More money, more resources, more time, more energy. Spend more energy to compete with Google, Microsoft, Meta, OpenAI, China, Midjourney. But the big three are in already. Gates, Zuck, they in already. Gates and Zuck are already in. Google's putting up big money for AI, startups. They're practically funding this space. Anyway, guardrails says right here, they want you to erect guardrails, pause. Guardrails meant to protect Americans' privacy as AI technology rapidly grows. And that's what that person discussed. They said, what about my privacy? Listen, your privacy will be taken when the CBDC comes. You ain't got to worry about your privacy. First of all, you have no privacy. New York versus Miller says you have no privacy. So you cut that out. Just cut that out right there. All right. You don't have no privacy. Patriot Act said you don't have no privacy. So let's just cut that out. All right, let's just stop it. We have a lot of work to do before we even get to the new legislation. We got to get the old legislation off the books, let alone the new stuff. Right? Americans' privacy. This is what they want to sell us, our privacy. Now all of a sudden, the people who snoop on us want to tell us about our privacy. Right? That's what this means. AI is all around us, Biden said before signing the order. To realize the promise of AI and avoid the risk, we need to govern this technology. And I played that clip in the video. We all sat here and watched it live. You sat here because you're Hoteps, and we watched that live. We all saw that. We all saw it. To realize the promise of AI, avoid the risk. Avoid the risk. There's the fear. Avoid the risk. There it is again. We need to govern this technology. And we caught that live. Everybody remembers my face because somebody posted a clip or a screenshot or something. It was like, yo, his face when Biden said we need to govern this. He said it outright. He came out and said it. Anyway, let's take a look at it. John Schwepp, policy director of American Principles Project, told Fox News Digital that the concerns about AI that led to the executive order are warranted, okay, quote unquote, and complimented some of the details of Biden's executive order, but also argued that some of the order focuses on the wrong priorities. Okay. Now, I don't agree with this. I don't think anything there's nothing warranting oversight by the government. Nope. No, thank you. We got it from here. You've done enough. You've done enough. We have work for you. We have work for the United States government to do. We do not want to put you out of business. A lot of people want to put you out of business. Hotep Jesus doesn't want to put you out of business. We want to put you in new business. That's out of our business.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Okay. It's just that simple. So what are the wrong priorities? Let's see what he says here. There's a role for direct government oversight over AI. This is what he says. That's a pretty bold statement. I disagree vehemently. Especially when it comes to scientific research and homeland security, right? Yeah, I'll throw that term in there, Schwab said. But ultimately, we don't need government bureaucrats micromanaging all facets of the issue. I agree with that. Certainly, we shouldn't want a Bureau of Artificial Intelligence running around conducting investigations into whether a company's AI algorithm is adequately woke. And that's what this bill is looking to do. It's in there, the Bill of Rights. I would pull it up, but that'll take me a whole nother hour. You know how I get when I get information in front of my eyes. I'll be done started Googling stuff. Be all up on Yandex. Schwepp argued that there is a role for private oversight. I disagree. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is the part I agree with. There is a role for private oversight. Yes. Of the growing technology, while also noting that AI developers should be exposed to significant liability. Now, this is what I really want to talk about here, right? Rest of this shit doesn't fucking matter, all right? We got to focus right here. This is why I need everybody to focus. Put your mind to this. It says AI companies and their creators should be held liable for everything their AI does. Bro, what? What? So if I create an AI, somebody takes that and does some dumb shit with it, I'm responsible? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. It says, and Congress should create a private right of action giving citizens their day in court when AI harms them in a material way. So your AI do something, hurt somebody. Now they got you in court. Litigation. He says his fear of liability would lead to self-correction in the marketplace. He wouldn't need government-approved authentication badges because private companies would already be going out of their way to protect themselves from being sued. Now this is where it's nuanced. Like this part is I agree with. I agree with this part right here. That's why I say this is very nuanced. Because we want the private sector to handle oversight. That's what we want, okay? That's what we want. But telling the government that the creators of AI should be liable for everything their AI does is absolutely absurd. That's like saying a gun manufacturer should be held liable for whatever a citizen does or a non-citizen does with one of their weapons. That's absurd. That's absurd. If I create pencils, now I'm liable if somebody takes one of my pencils and stabs somebody in the hand. Like, what are we doing here? No. We have other jobs. We have other business for the government. And that business is staying out of our business. It's that simple.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
So this is the issue here. Liability. Who's going to take the liability? And everybody's going to look at this and going to say, oh, Google. And hey, Google got money to blow. They'll settle a lawsuit with your ass in no time and be on. They set aside a budget for lawsuits. There's a budget set aside just for lawsuits. They've already accounted for your money. Okay? The SMEs, that's a different story. That's a different story. We're struggling out here. We're absolutely struggling. And this is who they want to hurt. This is classic Marxism, a proxy attack on the bourgeoisie, a proxy attack on the middle class. Essentially, that's what this AI bill is. This AI bill is a crack at the middle class. It's a crack at the kid trying to find a way to come up, and AI is helping them. They want to come in and slow it all down. You know how many startups? Yo, y'all listen. I know y'all not going to remember what episode it was, but a while back I said, oh, they about to get AI regulation. That's what's coming next. It had to be. Because the rate at which people were launching or are launching AI startups is insane. Like all of the startup capital is going to AI. All of it. All of it. And concepts and ideas and projects. Everybody's moved to developing AI projects. Jacking ChatGPT's API, whoever else's API, private AI. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. OpenAI is making a killing doing B2B business with AI. A killing. I think they say $1 billion already this year. Crazy. Crazy. So that's that. That's that. That, you know, it's just quite disappointing for American citizens to see that they're arguing over a wannabe president, a short wannabe president, high heel boots. Meanwhile, and you know what the funny part, you know what kills me the most about this is they got to it before anybody even knew about it, because AI, the poor ain't even get their hands on it yet. The poor don't even know about it yet. The poor don't even know about it yet. That's the sad part. They put regulations on it before the poor could even find out about it. I went to the whatchamacallit, the CME, and like 80% of the dudes there never used AI. It was baffling. It was mind-boggling to me. It was absolutely mind-boggling. But again, in the future, conservatives are going to be highly, highly, highly technical when it comes to electronics, robotics, drones, droids, cellular devices. Cellular devices are going to be hot. That's going to be a hot business. SIM cards is going to be a hot business. SIM cards it's already is a hot business. All right, let's expose the Democrats. Let's put that to bed. We're going to have to revisit that. I just know we're going to have to revisit Biden's AI. But, you know, it's basically a woke Bill of Rights. Awoke in the bad sense. All right. Let me play this up. Let me show you something. I don't know the date on this. It feels recent. Let's take a look at this. So, gentleman right here, Samuel Winchester, sent me this. Let's take a look at it.
Democratic Party today is white media consultants refuse to listen to black people. Democratic Party today is white media consultants refuse to listen to black people.
They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about you. Hotep's been told you that. What's wrong with you, Roland? You late. Hotep's been told you. You mad because I'm telling you, Palestine's a new BLM. They don't need you no more. They got a new cause. You old. Black people, that's old news. They picked us up and dropped us. Just like that. And they might pick us back up again and then drop us again. And every time they pick us up, you be right there for a check. Now you mad because ain't no check. Now you mad because the money dried up. They ain't calling you to speak no more. World War III is here. You niggas better sit down and wait your turn. Ukraine and Israel need some aid. We ain't got time for your reparations. Huh? Reparations what? We just sent money to Palestine and Israel and Ukraine. He mad because the money dried up. Because he's old news. Because he's old news. Democrats ain't calling him to tap dance no more. So he's upset. He's upset. Oh, this is great. We're not done.
Democratic Party today is white media consultants refuse to listen to black people, listen to black consultants, listen to black pollsters, refuse to put the resources in those places early, and then they expect black people to come save their asses come mid to late October.
You better get to work, Roland. Massa said he need them votes. You better get to work, bro. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Roland Boulay Martin. You see what I'm saying? Oh, my God.
And they expect black people to come save their asses, expect black people to come save their asses, and they expect black people to come save their asses come mid to late October. Black people to come save their asses come mid to late October. Black people to come save their asses come mid to late October. Black people to come save their asses come mid to late October.
You heard that? You heard that? He just told you to play. Mid to late October. Now mark your calendars. Type it. I want everybody to type in their calendar. Mid to late October. Put a range in there or something. They're going to drop a body around that time. It's going to be a dead black man somewhere. Maybe if it's mid to late October, they might drop it right at the end of September. Halloween. It's just Halloween. So right around this time next year, exactly a year from now, they're going to pull us back out a hat, is what he's saying. See? He's squealing. He's squealing. Come on, tell us some more, Roland. You got to pay attention. Yo, salute, Raiders. What up, bro? Let's pay attention.
I mean, you said it perfectly. I think one of the most recent sort of research experiments we put together speaks to this. We ran what...
You heard what he said?
Perfectly. I think one of the most recent sort of research experiments we put together, one of the most recent sort of research experiments we put together speaks to this. We ran what's called a conjoint experiment on a national poll of black folk. This is something called a conjoint experiment on a national poll of black folk. This is something we ran what's called a conjoint experiment on a national poll of black folk. This is something that we ran what's called a conjoint experiment on a national poll of black folk. This is something that I don't know if has ever been done before, where we ran what's called a conjoint experiment on a national poll of black folk. This is...
What the hell is a conjoint experiment? Conjoint survey experiments have become a popular method for analyzing multidimensional preferences in political science. If properly implemented, conjoint experiments can obtain reliable measures of multidimensional preferences and estimate causal effects of multiple attributes on hypothetical choices or evaluations. All right. Let's go back.
Is something that I don't know if has ever been done before, where we asked respondents, this is only Black respondents, to select between two candidates as we varied the different characteristics of those candidates.
Okay.
And so if the last slide, I brought some slides.
Hotep CPA, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Said, imagine not listening to the Hoteps. Shout out to Hotep CPA. Imagine not listening to us. Exactly. Let's go back.
As the last slide could be put up, what we found is that of those candidates, here are sort of the characteristics that were shown to be the most important when it came to selecting a candidate for Black respondents on a
Pay attention. Pay very close attention.
National poll, right? And so, of course, they wanted a Black person, wanted a female candidate, wanted someone who was middle-aged, around 85, with 8 years of experience in politics, picked someone who's a state legislator compared to some other occupations, was important that someone was an ally of the Black Lives Matter movement, actually preferred someone endorsed by Sanders rather than endorsed by Biden, and preferred someone who was a veteran. And so as you see on the left side here of the...
So he did a psychoanalysis on these people based upon, well, no, I can't call it a psychoanalysis, but basically what I'm seeing here is a little bit of common sense mixed with brainwashing, right? So they want to see a Black woman president, right? That's something that's some, female emotional shit, right? And we don't know what profiles they gave. I'd love to see the profiles they gave these people, because they said they gave them 2 profiles, 2 different candidates, and of that one made them. So I'd love to see what criteria was even listed in those, because none of this shit talks about policy. But let's just go with this for now. Black female, age 45, all right? Public service, all that shit. All right, so she's got experience. Cool. The interesting part here is, of course, ally to Black Lives Matter, right? Of course, that's going to be there. Endorsed by Bernie Sanders and not Joe Biden. So really what they're saying is Black people are third party, right? They're saying Black people are third party. Which doesn't bode well for the Democrats. And maybe that's why Republicans gave up on a Black vote, because they're like, oh, we don't have to compete for the Black vote. The Democrats just aren't getting it this year.
The findings, right? The most important factors here when deciding between potential candidates was someone's support for Black Lives Matter, someone's race, and someone's years in politics. And so trying to build that perfect candidate is going to be a really hard sell, and it's going to be really difficult for Democrats to find someone who fits that same mold, if not impossible, as you mentioned, right? And so I'm really encouraging through my research other ways to look at turning Black folk out. And one of the most important factors, aside from sort of this Obama factor, this great hope factor, is actually threat. And looking at how perceptions of threat can push people to the polls in lieu of this sort of magical, sort of this Obama factor, this great hope factor, is actually threat. And looking at how perception of threat, and looking at threat, and threat, and threat, and looking at how perceptions of threat can push people to the polls in lieu of perceptions of threat can push people to the polls in lieu of how perceptions of threat can push people to the polls in lieu of this sort of magical perceptions of threat can push people to the polls in lieu of this sort of magical candidate. How perceptions of threat can push people to the polls in lieu of this sort of magical candidate that creates the same inspiration that we saw once during the Obama administration.
Democratic.
So he went through all of that just to come to the conclusion of what we've said on this show before.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
He did this whole conjoint experiment just to come back around and say, Hotep's been told you. He's also basically saying that the winning the black vote is so hopeless, we're going to have to take these motherfuckers emotionally hostage. That's what they're saying. There's no way to reason with these. We're not reasoning with these people. No, let's threaten them. White man is killing you. Wow. He said it. He said it. He said it. And the sad part is he had to go and do all of this conjoint experiment, spend all this money, time, and resources just to come back to some shit we all already knew. If you Hotep in here, you already knew this. Shout out to the Hoteps.
Hotep.
You all knew. We knew this already. That's what they do. They fear you into. They're doing it now with the Israel-Palestine shit. You don't think World War III gonna be on the debate card? Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. It's nasty work, bro. That's nasty work. Y'all out here arguing about high heel shoes. Meanwhile, old boy said they gotta threaten black people to get them to vote. They got to threaten black Democrats. If they want to get the black vote, will have to threaten black people in order to get them to vote for a Democrat. What does that sound like to you? Does that not sound like slavery?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
The Democrats are not moving very far from their Dixiecrat roots. They're just not. They're just not. And the Republican Party is but a shell of its former self. It's but a shell of its former self. It's nasty work. Nasty work. It's nasty work, I'm telling you, man. It's absolute nasty work. Fear is the great motivator. Yes. You're right. Faster scared than when you're angry. Yeah. That's nasty work. Let's go to the Syscoin tech update of the day. CBDC update of the day. Man, it's absolutely insane out here. Absolutely insane. So we got to cover yesterday's news and today's news as far as CBDC is concerned. Yesterday's news is way more interesting. Let's go here. So HSBC is doing China transactions. You know, everybody talking about, America is at war with China, man. HSBC is over here working, minding their business, doing tokenized deposits right here. Where's HSBC based out of? Anybody know where HSBC is based out of? London. This is London money. Right? Formerly known as the HSBC Holdings PLC, Chinese formerly is a British universal bank and financial services group headquartered in London. Right? This is HSBC. With historical business links to East Asia and a multinational footprint. There we go. See, chat no, London. HSBC's out of London, right? Let's see what London doing. Let's take a look. This is what London doing. Oh, China bad. Hold on, where's my China button? China bad. So HSBC is trialing some tokenized deposits using blockchain tech, and they got it in the sandbox. They testing tokenized deposits, blockchain, cryptocurrency. The shit the shit that people are scared to be a part of. Meanwhile, in the background, Illuminati's just using this shit. They're like, hey, wait, this is a better way to do business. Oh, duh. BIS publishes paper on stablecoins for cross-border payments. Says right here, capital flows may be unpredictable.
See, when I come in the building, I can change.
That's the wrong button. Capital flows may be unpredictable. That's what they're concerned about. So what does that mean? Basically, what they're saying is they move to a stablecoin. Stablecoin going to be on the blockchain and without an intermediary. And if I want to exchange my money for your money, then I don't need no money. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody. Just me and you, baby. That's all we need. Me and you. Peer to peer. So they don't know how much money will leave the system. That's what they're concerned about as far as using stable coins. Because you just trade a stable coin for another stable coin. Your atomic swaps. Blockchain to chain. Chain to chain. Project Enbridge released the details of their MVP. They utilized the Byzantine fault tolerance consensus protocol. Basically, they're working on proofs. What are proofs? What are proofs? Well, proving, your transaction is legitimate. You got proof? Proof of work? Proof of stake? Those are some of the mechanisms that run some blockchains, some distributed ledger technologies. You also got zero knowledge proofs, ZK rollups. Shout out to Syscoin.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
So, they're working on security, as they should. So Project Enbridge, working on security. Right? Working on security. All right. Let's go to yesterday's news. Let's go. Here we go. In Spain, they did a survey, and they said 65% of respondents are saying no to the digital euro. Say cash is still the most important form of payment for the Spaniards. Fuck about all that other shit. All right. The EHKD program. This is Hong Kong again. They enter phase 2 of the trial. And this one's focusing on pilots and iterative enhancement. So basically, the Hong Kong, I believe this is a wholesale CBDC program. But they're going to iterate on the first one, and they're going to roll it out to, start running some individual pilot programs with some major players. Pretty much is what's happening here. Some major players. But they're iterating on the previous enhancements. Also important. And the next phase, they said, is full launch. They said it. Look, after this, we launching. It's ready to go. I got the link right there. It's ready to go. Bank of Korea is making moves. Bank of Korea Exchange. They did a trial for carbon trading. Q3, Q4. Carbon trading. So there's apparently a market where people trade the cost of their carbon expenses because you got to pay for your carbon emissions. So they're trading that. They're trading carbon emissions. Amazing. Just amazing what people trade these days or have been trading. They're trading emissions. Okay. They're betting on emissions. Only on Earth, man. I'm telling you, only on Earth. We got to be the wildest planet in the universe. I'm not accepting I don't think there's a planet out there that's worse than Earth. I think the next planet you get to is much better than here. I guarantee it. I just real fast before we take phone calls. 65% of respondents say no to digital euro. Cash still most important. I don't know where cash is going to go, but my advice is use cash. Use cash anywhere, whenever it's possible. Let's keep the demand for cash alive, especially tipping. If you're going to go out to the restaurant, try to estimate your bill and tip cash. Tip your bartenders, tip your restaurant people, your servers, tip your servers in cash. Your referees at the game, we pay them in cash. Let's keep cash going. All right. All right, we're going to go to the phone lines. 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. And I'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
We got Goldstein on the line. Goldstein, what up, bro?
What's happening?
Not much. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Pause.
Yes, sir. Hey, hell of a show yesterday, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, yo.
Yeah. I fucks with Royce a little bit.
Okay.
He's just too in the tank.
He too in the tank?
Yeah, he too in the tank for Trump.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to say, I'm going to vote for him. It's a whole nother thing to be like one of the faces of MAGA.
I'm the face of, yeah. He all in on that.
He is. Listen, it is what it is. Everybody has their thing, I guess, but I just don't know. I don't trust Trump more than I don't trust Biden.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to look at it. I would not disagree. I look at it like this. Maybe Royce got the check, but I think Royce said he didn't get a check from any party. So, I could see if he was getting a check and he had a job to do, right?
Yeah.
I'm head of, outreach for Trump or something like that. All right, well, you got a job to do, right?
True.
But his reasoning was, what was his reasoning? His reasoning was, they're coming after Trump because they're coming after us, right? And Trump's sort of standing between us. Do you agree with that?
Nope. Hell no.
Why not?
Because I believe they're coming after Trump because it's scripted that way. It ain't got shit to do with us except leading us down a path that we do not want to be on. But you can't tell them fools that. You can't tell them nothing, so they got to see it.
It's a real Hotep brother.
Soft ass. Know what a hard head will get you? A soft ass. No?
So you saying it's all part of the plan?
Yep.
Now, I was having a debate with one of my sisters online, and I try to tell them, I'm like, yo, the pendulum's swinging back the other way. Like, they want the right to win.
Yes.
The left's got too much power.
Yep. The left was just, I don't know. Listen, there's a story about this in the Bible. All right?
Mm-hmm.
With the whole Jezebel regime and everything she represented, and then the dude who took her out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same shit we see happening here, man. The Jezebel regime just fucking full of just debauchery, crazy bullshit, backwards ideologies, and all kinds of other shit. That shit's been ruling the roost for probably the last 40 years now.
Mm.
And now the takeout is imminent. They're getting ready to remove all that shit because The only way you can get a free society to the point where they're willing to throw everybody in the goddamn oven is in that fashion. You got to make them so absolutely sick to death of everything deemed evil that they are willing to just do extreme shit to purge society of it.
Yeah.
And Trump is at the helm of that.
Mm.
The first 4 years won't be shit compared to the 4 years we got coming with him. And make no mistake about it, we got that coming.
What you mean?
We got 4 years more of Trump coming.
Yeah.
But the first 4 years that he did,
Yeah.
it's going to look like Candyland in comparison to this next shit he do.
Oh, you think they're going to tear him down again?
Nah, he going to fucking rule with an iron fist is what I'm saying.
Oh.
He finna come in on some destroy them all shit, and he's going to have half the country back in its play. And if you think that it was bad when them crazy motherfucking crackhead-ass liberals were running shit, whew, it's finna be very bad when they get in, because all the fucking bad shit that the left was doing, while idiotic, evil, and all that, was just, it was an illusion for most, because most of us weren't really directly affected by it. Just look over your life and see how fucking tough that was. It culminated with the COVID shit where all of us were affected by that, but that was their peak. That was it for them. It's all downhill for them from there. But all the shit that they told you that, oh yeah, look, this is going to fuck up everything, none of it really touched you, right? How many motherfucking punks is reading shit in your library and trying to groom your children?
Right.
Right. That touched some, but it didn't touch most.
Right.
But this shit that's coming, that's going to touch everybody.
Oh, this is a real Hotep brother.
How do you imagine this manifesting? What kind of policies should we expect to be put in place? What rights should we expect to be taken away?
Well, at the top of that list right now, it seems freedom of speech is out of here. That shit's gone.
Freedom of speech is gone when Trump comes in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Freedom of speech is gone when Trump comes in, because, and it's not gonna feel that way to the people who supported him and who were right there and all that other shit. The Republicans are gonna be like, yeah, finally we can shut these motherfucking leftists up.
Right.
Right. That's how it's gonna look.
Yeah.
But that's not how the law is gonna be written.
I see what you're saying.
That's gonna shut your ass up too if you get to saying shit that they don't want to hear. And if you don't believe that can happen, there's a significant constituency of motherfucking people on the right now who are being labeled terrorists, anti-Semites, and some more shit simply because they don't want to fund another war. So, I mean, it's just one of them things. It's just one of them things that everything that's written in them law books affects everybody.
Yep.
And so freedom of speech, that's out of here. Guns is going to be on the fucking agenda after that, right? You're going to have some weird fucking false flag type bullshit that involves leftist thinking communists and terrorists or whatever if they want to put and plug and play.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking that's going to be the reason that they run them red flag laws out there that Trump supports even to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand how this particular wolf got in the hen house, bro. There's pictures of him that are not even 10 years old, maybe by now. He's sitting there, standing there with Hillary and Clinton and Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Chilling at a wedding.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah.
How did y'all let this nigga in? Because he said he was going to build you a wall, right? That's how he launched this shit. Make no mistake about it. He said, I'm going to build you a wall. Probably the most unsubstantive policy that there has ever been. And he's sitting there selling you a wall, and y'all just jumped on that shit. Oh, yeah, wall. Come on, man. The fuck? I live in Arizona. These niggas, wall or not, is coming. They coming, wall or not. And it ain't going to even dampen the motherfucking flow. So it's just like from day one, he was selling y'all on some drag, and y'all just ate the shit up. Why? Because he was saying slick shit on Twitter. He was saying some slick shit, dogging out Rosie O'Donnell, saying this about that. Oh, the only reason y'all know the term deep state is because this nigga fed it to you. The whole time he was a part of it.
I wanna set up the Goldstein versus Royce MAGA debate.
I'm down with that. Listen, I agree with 90% of what Royce believes in as far as policy, as far as how things should go, as far as what we need to look out for. You know what I mean? His kufi is just as tight as mine.
Yeah.
With the exception of the fact that he ride with that motherfucker.
Mm.
And it's like, yo, this is going to be the most dangerous motherfucking election that this country has ever had. They say it's the most important. It's the most dangerous.
It's the most dangerous. It
Yeah,
is.
you put this nigga back in there. You put him back in there. I'm leaving. I'm out.
You out?
I'm out. I'm leaving.
Where you going?
Down to Mexico. Fuck it. I'm living down in Mexico. And
damn, nah, you crazy, yo. Trump, when you going to Mexico?
Cartel.
You gonna fuck with the
Bro,
cartel?
I'd rather fuck with the cartel.
Nah, yo.
Yeah.
You tripping.
It's gonna be bad, man. You know? Now I have my perspective on this, and it's based largely in the fact that I do believe Trump is the Antichrist.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least the forerunner to the Antichrist.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But that's just me. I don't expect everybody to follow that path, but don't even look at it from that perspective. Just base it on policy alone. 3 of the things that y'all hate the most, he supports. 3 of the things that y'all hate the most, he supports. And not only does he support it, he supports the shit adamantly. That's them goddamn vaccines, red flag laws, and motherfucking censoring people.
Mm.
He supports all 3 of those things.
Mm.
And this is what y'all gonna put back in office because he's on your side. What happens when his 4 years is up? Them laws are still there. Who comes after Trump? Who's the party leader
Black people
after
against
Trump? Y'all putting all your eggs in this man's basket for 4 years. Like he can really make some significant change in the culture. Who comes after him? What do you do for the next 25 years?
Mm.
So it's just like, come on, man, this dude is not the savior y'all bigging him up to be. He's not that guy. Ain't nobody alive that motherfucker, right? There's only one thing that I've seen, historically speaking, that moves the needle when it comes to correcting the culture. And ain't nobody right now built for that.
Mm.
So I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, looking at your 25-year take, I like that. Because that's really how people need to be thinking about this. What's happening 25 years from now? And it's looking bleak. It's looking really bleak for America. Have you seen, that's why I love that Trump wasn't at the debates. Because then we got to see what's really out here. And looking at that crop of Republicans, the Democrats scrambling can't find not one good Democrat. This tells you exactly how terrible this government is.
I mean, call me crazy, but it almost seems like both sides are putting all their eggs in this particular election basket because they understand something that the rest of us probably don't. And that's there ain't going to be no more motherfucking elections after this one, even if we make it to this one.
Oh, man.
That's what it seems like. They ain't running out no motherfucking newcomers. Ain't nobody on the horizon. Damn all that Vivek shit. That nigga's a comic book character. All right? That nigga's out of central casting, man. That's what you do when you want a fucking Indian president for a CBS 1-hour primetime drama. You run a Vivek out there. That's what you do. There ain't nobody serious on the horizon. Not a single motherfucker for either party. So it just seems like both parties at this point are like, you know what? We just got to get this one out the way, stack up as much money as we can over wherever the fuck we stacking it, and jump off this sinking ship.
Damn.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
He called Vivek a cartoon character. Oh, man. All right, man. Let me get Strong Dad in here.
All right, bro. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Strong Dad, you up? Let's talk to Strong Dad, yo. Let me text him, because, you know, he got bad service. This nigga live in the middle of the woods. We don't know where the hell Strong Dad live. He just don't got service where he at. He live in a redwood somewhere. Strong Dad, come out and play. Yo, did y'all see that? Did y'all see Diddy's Halloween costume? Yo, listen. Diddy is something else, man.
Call from
Strong Dad.
Strong Dad, yo, what's up, bro?
Yo, what up? Hey, listen, in 25 years, Strong Dad's finna have the Hotep Nation nanites in his spine, you know what I'm saying? He's finna be a world star, world-class athlete out there on the main stage.
Okay.
That's what's happening in 25 years.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
We're going to have the nanites that they can't control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how you got to do it. You got to fight tech with tech. You can't let the big gov come in and fight for you.
Yeah, so it's going to be like a dystopian video game. We're going to be the underground resistance. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have all the fixes. It's going to be like a, you know what I'm saying, like Watch Dogs, but with biotech.
Facts.
That's what it's going to be like.
Facts. It's going to be just like Watch Dogs. Yep.
But listen, man, when it comes to Royce, I stand 100% with in Goldstein's corner with this one. I actually I like his goofy, but I actually don't like him. You know.
Then who?
In Royce, I like his goofy, but I don't like him necessarily.
You don't like him?
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with
that's
anything
light
that
skin
he
on
said.
light skin violence.
No, man.
This light skin beat.
No, play it. Don't you ever accuse me of colorism. You ever accuse me of colorism. Listen. It's not even that. It's not even that.
Two light skinned niggas can't occupy the same space at the same time. That's a physical law.
Listen.
What's the beef with Royce though?
What I don't like about him is not necessarily his beliefs, but you know, when I was out there on the protest world, there was one type of person that I could trust the least, and it was people like Royce that knew all of the things to say, you know, that knew all of the things to say and seemed like they had a little more baggage than everybody else. Like people who came out with a heavy following or a position in the movement, whether official or unofficial, just like people of his type. A lot of the dudes that were like, you know, that were like him were the same people that sold us upriver, or you know, that got themselves positions, you know, or got themselves a big payout, while the people who are actually, you know, on the ground getting the work done.
Now, when you say people like him, what do you mean by that?
I mean, I mean people with his type of personage, you know, like.
The fact that he's a celebrity?
When I said, yes, pardon. But, you know, it's people who have all the right words, you know, they have that Obama skill set where they can, you know what I mean? Like he knew, it's like he knows everything to say, all the right things to say. I don't know. I ran into a lot of people like him that, you know, were more interested in their career or, you know, getting a higher position, and kind of left us doing the same work while they went on to what they said was bigger and better work, but was never actually that. I get those vibes from him. That's why I said I don't disagree with what he had to say. I just kind of don't like the guy because I ran into a lot of dudes like him.
I think that he knows what he knows, right? Like, he's an expert in what he knows. And I think he's probably read 2 books that changed his life. Hanging with Bannon and hanging with Alex Jones will turn you into like a neocon war hawk. Not a neocon war hawk, but a neocon war hawk. Those are the guys that expose neocons. So if these are his political mentors, I would expect him to sound like his mentors.
I mean, you know, and even like his
be well polished in that speak too. I
agree.
I also think he's like you, where you guys add a story to everything you guys tell. You guys add a lot of detail to everything you tell. I do the same thing sometimes. And you guys tend to be a little bit more long-winded. So, like he suffers from the same thing you suffer from, is how I'm looking at it. Like what the information you have, you could talk extensively on it as an expert, just like he talks on what he talks about as an expert. I think he's probably read, I'm sure he's read more than 2 books, but usually when you deal with subject matter, there's probably 2 books that really like change your life on subject matter. Yeah. So it's probably 2 important books that he's got in his library that he's read, that he studied, and sort of gave him a branch off to study other things. And he because if I took him into my world, he wouldn't be able to talk extensively on that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I took it as he just knows what he knows.
Okay, all right. Man, it's for me it's strange, you know. Like if I saw somebody who was, you know, intellectual soldier who stems from, you know, directly under Steve Bannon and Alex Jones, I wouldn't be against them, but I wouldn't let them lead my movement necessarily. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it almost kind of makes me think about me and Goldstein's debate, because when I think of someone who I wouldn't want as a face of my movement, I actually think of someone like him over an ex-convict.
Oh yeah,
someone who has connections like
damn.
Yeah.
I was about to recruit him. I was about to bring him to Hotep Nation, Hotep Royce.
I firmly disagree with that. I don't think that it's bad to have him, you know, as a existing representative of Hotep, but I wouldn't put him as the face of Hotep Nation. He
wouldn't be the leader?
No, he wouldn't be the leader. I think that I don't know. I think that, you know, the level of like introspective speech, that's even a term that sounds like the woke shit I just said, but you know what I mean? Like someone who speaks while learning, who teaches while actively learning, it doesn't seem like his style to me. And I really think that we need more of something like that, you know. Like you're doing a good enough job. We don't need anybody to replace the way that you think right now. And I don't know, man. I honestly I think that he's just like a good tool for waking up the normies heavily. You know what I mean? Like
I think he's just young.
How old is he?
He's in his 30s, lower 30s.
Lower 30s?
Yeah.
So we're around the same age.
Yeah, y'all niggas suffer from little nigga syndrome.
Listen here. First of all, you called me long-winded. Then now it's little nigga syndrome.
Y'all young.
Y'all ain't gonna talk about me like that when I flex on y'all. And
I'm gonna talk the same way. My 4'5" don't care about your muscles.
It's not even that. It's not even that. I don't know.
Young, I'm telling you. I spoke to the man for 3 hours. He's intelligent. He's well spoken. He's long-winded. He's detailed. he knows what he knows and he knows what he doesn't know, so he sticks to what he knows, which I think is what's really setting your Hotep senses off. And he's young, and he's had to grow up really fast. Former NBA player, currently Big 3 player, Ice Cube. He's in a different world than us. I see his blind spots. Like, I think him being ultra MAGA is a blind spot. Like, I agree with Goldstein on that. I think that's a major blind spot, but I don't know his motive, because the way I'm looking at it is, if I'm running for office, you might need some political allies. So for him, it might be a political strategy as opposed to some long-term relationship he has with his brand, right? So
what purpose does being ultra MAGA really serve?
It delineates you from the rhinos.
I mean, doesn't Hotep do that enough? Why can't it just be Hotep?
But Hotep is not political.
I mean,
we're apolitical.
You say that, but I feel like we have the ability to move the needle should we choose a side. We're like the
move what
we're,
needle?
We're like the part of the power of the force that, if applied to either side, can secure ultimate victory.
Nah, Hotep control both sides.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
We got lefties that watch the show.
I know. I definitely know that. That's for sure.
And they fucks with it. They fucks with us. You know, they fucks with us.
Not all lefties are bad.
We're moderates. We're definitely, you know, somewhere in the middle. But no, I think Royce is he's just a young nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's a young nigga. He got a lot to learn. And that's why y'all takes is much different from me and Goldstein takes. You know, our takes got seasoning on it. You know, we in our 40s. You know, we've been around a little bit longer.
Extra gray hair, some back pain on it.
Yeah. That shit come with wisdom. So we got wisdom. You young niggas, y'all think y'all know. I thought when I was 30, I thought I know too. When you get to 40, you're going to be like, nigga, I don't know shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on out here. All I know is the shit you talking about, ain't it?
Listen, I'm 36 and I already feel that way. So I don't know what y'all know.
Yeah, and Bannon's a heavy influence. If he's hanging with Bannon, then that's a huge influence. I'd love to do an internship with Bannon. I wouldn't mind that. I'm always down to doing internships with people. I did my internship with Shaka, still continuing, right? I love that. I want to learn from these specialists, right? Absolutely. Nah, but I don't think you got anything to worry about with Royce. I think Royce I think he's on the up and up. He's just I think the MAGA thing is a smart political strategy. It's a smart political strategy. It's as simple as that.
I have one last question.
Yeah.
Bryson, how much longer till he comes over to our side completely?
Bryson Gray?
Yeah.
Come to the Hoteps?
Yeah, I feel like that.
Bryson's independent. Bryson doesn't.
I don't know, man.
He doesn't work well with other people. He said it himself.
He started to sound a little too blackety black. Every now and then, I feel like he sounds too.
Oh yeah, he done flips. He's definitely Hotep adjacent. He's definitely Hotep adjacent.
Far cry from the Bryson that I despised way back when.
Yeah. Yeah, he's come a long way. He's come a really long way. This is true.
Because he married a black woman. That's really what it is.
He's definitely married to a black woman. Spent their honeymoon in Japan.
Black woman. Get you a black woman. Get you a good black woman. Everything in your life is going to be all right.
You marry a black woman, everything in your life just gets better.
everything in your life gets better. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my Lord.
A good black woman. Emphasis on the good.
Emphasis on the good. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put my haunches down. I ain't too worried.
Yeah. Take it easy, man. Kuvi on too tight, man. That's light skin on light skin violence, man. Calm down, man.
You know what? This light skin shit, man.
First you and Goldstein, now it's you and Royce. Oh my God, we might have to have a 3-way debate. This gonna be the light skin rumble.
Me and Goldstein, that shouldn't have even happened. I don't know why Goldstein was taking us like that.
It's gonna
very
be
disrespectful.
Gonna have a light-skinned Royal Rumble soon.
All right, man.
All right, yo.
Well, much love to the chat, y'all. Hotep and Bill.
Strong Dad, paranoid as hell. You need a paranoid nigga around though, man. That's good security. That's good security. You need a paranoid nigga fucking watching everybody like, nah, that's motherfucking insurgent. I want you to tell me everybody's an insurgent. That's good. It's good behavior. It's good behavior. We have to be suspicious of everyone. I like that. But I think Royce is good. Royce is good. For now. For what I've seen, he seems to be on the up and up. Rudy, call in. Let's talk to Rudy. Let me text him. Rudy said he wanted me to interview Royce over a year ago. That's what he told me. I kind of want to check the timeline. Make sure there's no like mass events or anything like that. What the hell is Kang?
Call from
Hotep CPA.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yo, what up?
What's up, Hotep Jesus? How are you?
I'm good. What's up, man? Hold on a
Good,
second.
good.
Hold on. Let me call me right back. I gotta get Rudy in here.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Or hold the line. Hold the line.
Call from
Rudy the Vet.
Rudy, what up, man?
What's up, HJ?
What's good, bro?
What's going on, bro? Man, I asked you for that. I asked you for that interview about a year ago. You're like, I'll see what I can do, man. Man, that was 3 hours of pure fire, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm with look, I fuck with Strong Dad, but don't ever say anything about the gray hairs, brother.
Big facts. Let him
Oh,
know.
the gray is the gray. The gray don't stop, Strong Dad. It's in my beard. It's in my hair. Come on, man. Come on, man. The gray. I can't wash this gray away, brother. But as of that interview yesterday, man, that shit's fire. I fuck with Royce because he comes from the school of Alex Jones and Steve Bannon, man. There was a time I wasn't even political at all, man. You know what I'm saying? 16 changed everything for me, man. But when I was locked up, a barber named Brother Wise gave me Behold the Pale Horse and was like, you need to read this. You know what I'm saying? So I read that. And then they turned, Southampton Correction Facility, we got Alex Jones on the AM radio. So I've been fucking bumping with Alex since 2000, man. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got to agree with everything. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Goldstein hard. He might be right about Trump. All I'm hoping is that I can have another 2-year run to get a bunch of money legally so I can buy my property in the fucking mountains. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, go up or build a Hotepistan or something. Because, it's not, none of these politicians are shit. They're all tools. And I just wish Royce won't running in Minnesota. I wish he was running down south, man, where a strong brother like that might get some traction. But he ain't never going to get traction in Minnesota, man. Think about Minnesota was when 1980 and 84, that's the only state in the fucking country that went against Reagan twice. You know what I'm saying? Them pasty white liberals up there are never going to vote for a dude like Royce, man. But I fuck with him, dude. That was a great interview, man. I fuck with him hard. And he may not be Hotep, but I feel like he's Hotep adjacent, man. I feel like, at least for me, man. I feel like he's somebody that if he came knocking on the walls of Hotepistan, we might be like, what up, Royce? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of plucking him at 1,000 yards to keep him away from the walls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, man, that was a great 3 hours, man. Great 3 hours. I just appreciate you mentioning, one of my callers, Rudy, always says it's the wrong ones with the microphone, man. I'm glad. I appreciate you bringing that up, man. Because he was on point with that too, man. Fuck the Daily Wire, people. Fuck the Daily Wire. It's Hotep or bust, man. It's Hotep or bust, man. It's Cannon. It's HJ. It's It's Nebuchadnezzar. It's one of us, man. It's one of us or bust, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I don't know why we would look outside of ourselves.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't, man. I don't. It's the only podcast that I've consistently listened to. Everybody else turns me off, man. Sooner or later, I'm just like, just the same fucking shit out of their mouths day in and day out. Never the same thing twice here.
Yeah.
You might go big brain one day. You might go small brain the next. You might go comedy one day. You might talk about some tragedy the next, but it's never. We cover all. You cover all topics for this community, and you keep it live, man. You keep it live. You keep it interesting, and that's why Monday through Friday, I fuck with Hotep Jesus at 2:00, and I suggest it to everybody. I got business cards in the tow truck, right? Every time somebody rides with me or asks for a business card, I write Hotep Jesus, YouTube, Rumble.com, Hotep Nation, TV, and I hand them business cards with our links on the back, man.
That's fire.
That's all I could do, brother. That's all I could do to help.
That's fire.
Help it grow, man.
Hell yeah.
But
That's what's up, yo.
I appreciate that interview yesterday, man. I fuck with Royce, man.
Thanks, man.
And now, when the Hoteps was talking about the Schoon and Whitlock beef, I was like, I could listen to Whitlock, man. And then when y'all were like, oh man, him and Schoon was this and that, and Schoon was ripping them, I'm like, I ain't never really fucked with Schoon. Because I'm quick. But when he flipped on fucking Royce.
Yeah.
Who, I heard Royce on Bannon before, but Royce was getting traction on Whitlock, and you flip on him for Mark fucking Levin for a fucking dual citizen who's going to tell you who's going to be part of that law, that freedom of speech shit Goldstein was talking about. Mark Levin will be one of the henchmen right in the background with his little buddy Shapiro talking about you can't say nothing about the Jews. Nothing about the Jews. And on that whole conflict, I'm standing in the middle like, fuck both sides, man. I'm worried about what's going on here with my kids and with your kids and with Strong Dad's kids, with American kids. I mean, the MAGA movement, man, love it or hate it, man. We need to worry about what the fuck's going on in this country, man. I put a post, in the chat yesterday, man. Fuck Europe, fuck Asia. No disrespect to anybody, but fuck Africa, fuck South America. We need to go back to the Monroe Doctrine, man. We worry about the United States, and that's fucking it, man. And that's fucking it, man.
I agree.
You take all the aircraft carriers and all that shit and shut down all those fucking bases. You build a wall in the Atlantic Ocean, you build a wall in the Pacific Ocean, and none of you motherfuckers come here. Go back to the isolationist policies that were in full effect in this country until Woodrow Wilson and FDR ran dick up in all of us. Remember that,
God,
people.
Pause. Jesus.
Hey, pause. Pause. But they did, dude. Wilson with the Fed and FDR sitting back letting Japan bomb Pearl Harbor, just jump in a fucking war. They were getting their goddamn money. They were getting their money. We were supplying the Soviets with everything they wanted. We were selling the bullets to the Europeans. We were selling the bullets to the Russians. We were selling the bullets to the Chinese. We were selling tank parts. We were funding it. But they wanted American bodies in that motherfucker so bad, man. They wanted American blood in it. And it's the same. They're fomenting, dude. They want American blood in this fight so bad, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, man. So that's just what I got to say, man. I love that fucking interview. I love everybody in the chat, whether you love me or hate me. I'm Rudy the Vet, Hotep and Bill, and I'm out, brother.
Hey, Hotep and Bill. Shout out to Rudy. Hey, CPA. You there?
Hey, what's up?
Okay, hold on a second. We about to play this. Hold on, we about to play this video from Jerome Powell at the Fed. They talking interest rates. Hold on.
Also, do you think that those higher yields could affect banking stress?
So what do we look at? We look at a very wide.
Also, do you think that those higher yields could affect banking stress?
So what do we look at? We look at a very wide range of financial conditions. And in fact, as you'll know, different organizations publish different financial conditions indexes, which can have 7 or 8 variables, or they can have 100 variables. So there's a very rich environment, and we tend to look at a few of them. I'm not going to give you the names, but there are a few of the common ones that people look at, and so they're looking at things like the level of the dollar, the level of equity prices, the level of rates, the credit spreads. Sometimes they're pulling in credit availability and things like that. So it isn't any one thing. We would never look at, for example, long-term Treasury rates in isolation, nor will we ignore them. But we would look at them as part of a broader picture, and they do play a role, of course, in many of the major standard financial condition indexes. Your second question was
on the banking stress.
Banking stress. So it's something we're watching. As you know, we did have there were issues with interest rate risk and also funding uninsured deposits in the things we went through in March and thereafter. And so we've been working a lot with financial institutions to make sure that they have good funding plans and that they have a plan for how to deal with the kind of portfolio unrealized losses that they have. We do think the banking system is quite resilient. We had a handful of bank failures, but so that's what we're out there doing.
A handful of bank failures. A handful of bank failures.
We don't have any reason to think that these rate hikes are materially changing that picture, which is one of a strong banking system and one where there's a strong focus by banks and by supervisors on liquidity, on funding, and those sorts of things.
So, the Fed said they're not going to raise interest rates, right? So, I remember, I was just looking at the news, I read the finance news every day. And I was like, everybody held their interest rates. You see right here, United States just decided to, it says right here, Fed leaves interest rates unchanged. This was updated 2 minutes ago. Right here it says the ECB keeps rates. Right here you see ECB keeps rates. And here it has a list. New Zealand, it says right there, kept. Britain, kept. Canada, kept or held. Right? Norway raised. Sweden raised. Australia held. So the Nordics are playing a different game than the British Empire. The British Empire is playing a different game. Right? So when I saw the British Empire going and not raising rates, I knew the United States probably would not raise rates. I forgot that was I didn't even think about where the United States was headed. I could have had a Hotep's been told you moment because I saw this coming. CPA, what's up, man?
What's up, Hotep Jesus? How you doing, man?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
Well, I just wanted to personally thank you for the Patriot Report because my buddy went to HotepCon and you signed my book. Right now I'm at Murdoch versus Maryland. His book is a work of art, which providing to the world Hotep Jesus is invaluable. Honestly, I think you charge too low for the book in my humble opinion.
It's too cheap.
But I wanted to... Too cheap. This book should be worth about $250 a book, Hotep.
Damn. I'm going to have to raise the price.
You got to raise the price, honestly. But I just wanted your take on these interest rates. Like, in terms of long-term sustainability, I don't think it's sustainable what they're doing. Or is it, Kofi on type, should we wait for the redacted to do what they got to do and then interest rates will go down? Like, I wanted to know what's your, full take on this.
I hate to sound like a...
Because it's like what Royce said yesterday. Like the whole military-industrial complex is all interconnected with their fiat currency, which was on the point with that. Yeah. But I wanted your take on what do you think the future will hold?
So this was something that Scott Adams brought up this morning. I should probably bring that up. This is the same exact question Scott Adams had this morning. Same exact question. I responded to it. Hold on, let me bring it up. It's on my page. It's on my Twitter page. Hold on. Here it is right here. He says, I've never seen an economist explain how it could be possible for the United States to survive its growing debt burden. Does anyone have a serious explanation how this is survivable? Seems too big to inflate away. And I see no way GDP increases enough to make it up. So I responded right here. They will implement the CBDC, which gives them tremendous oversight of the USD and ultimate control, mint and burning capabilities to control the supply, and with consolidation of the banking industry, regulation of capital outflows. So basically, that's a fancy way of saying they can regulate the supply of money much more stringently. Right now, once they put capital out there, capital's gone. Like, it's just gone. But with the implementation of smart contracts, expiration dates can be added to pieces of money in various places. And, you know, from there, you have to really use your imagination and see what could somebody possibly do to program money. And if you can think of it, it's possible.
Okay, I see exactly what you're saying, because I feel like Unc hit the nail on that one, saying like the West is finished, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to see that in my own personal life, even in my own personal work. You know, people are just not understanding. People are too afraid, you know. But like I said in the super chat, you got to listen to the Hoteps. You guys are the beacon of light out there. Keep up the good work. And I hope you drop 65 on Unc tomorrow night.
I appreciate that, yo. Salute. Salute.
No
Thanks for
problem.
the call. Hotep and Bill. Yeah, I did sign a copy of my book for him. Hotep Boulay. Oh, shout out to Hotep Boulay in the chat. He said this book is a work of art. Man, I put my heart and soul into this. He said he's at McCullough versus Maryland, page 69. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good chapter. I forgot about this. McCullough versus Maryland. Basically, what happened here is this is where Article 1, Section 8 really became a federal thing. That's pretty much what happened. Article 1, Section 10. So right here it says Supreme Court came to a unanimous decision on March 6, 1819, ruling in favor of the central bank. John Marshall III, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, parroted Webster's argument when he said the power to tax implies the power to destroy. The states may tax one instrument, may they not tax every other instrument. This was not intended by the American people. On the first question of whether or not Congress has the implied power to create a central bank, Marshall says a law passed by Congress is supreme within its sphere of action. Congress has the authority to pass all laws necessary and proper, as implied in Article 1, Section 8. So again, like, it comes down to interpretation of the language, but basically what happened was Maryland, banker in Maryland, he said, yo, you coming in here with these fiat funny notes? I'm taxing that. So the state wanted to tax the central bank. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to tax the central bank. That's what that chapter is about. Fresh Mike, call in. Jonah, call in. Fresh Mike and Jonah, call in. Let's talk to y'all. British Empire wants everything. Yeah. I mean, it's a very manly thing to do, right? To want to conquer, right? And all of that shit or whatever the fuck. Shout out to Sonny Johnson. It sounded like they tried to Sonny Johnson Royce. Who is this guy? So under your verified thing, did you know you could turn your verification off? You could turn your blue check off. I've turned the blue check off on my profile. I don't carry the blue check.
Call from
Fresh.
Fresh Mike, what up, man?
Hey, good afternoon, sir. How you feeling?
Life is good, man. What's on your mind, bro?
Man, I wanted to, first just give you a shout out for the interview yesterday, man. It kind of brought me back to the Scott Adams, and you know why I just dig listening to you, and why I think a lot of people do, and that's because you give people the space to talk. You know, even if you may disagree or may have other thoughts, or may even want to go, okay, I see what you're saying, but you give them the space to talk, and then you ask them questions to allow them to justify their thought process without ever disagreeing with them, and just leaving it for the nation to kind of decide, because you trust you have a smart audience, and you do. So that was kick-ass, man. So thank you for that.
You nailed my strategy. God damn you, Mike. You nailed my strategy. You got me.
Well,
that's exactly what I do.
So cold busted. Man, we need more of that, I think, and I just value that. So thank you, man.
And and again, like I'm the test, right? Like that method is the test, because we saw what happened with Pearlie when I treated her the same way. I'll allow you, but I'm going to give you the space to like clarify that thought, and some people pass with flying colors and some people don't.
Well, I won't get into the Pearlie things. That's a whole nother story, man. I did a couple things. I had a solid question for you, because I keep thinking, and I just wanted to kind of bring the heat down on it. And like you were saying, Royce is young, but and Jason was one of his mentors. Bannon and Jason are his probably two main mentors, or at least were. Yeah. And, man, I think of it a lot. Think about like an artist that gets picked up by a record label, a producer, or a promoter. They're going on tour, and, they work well with that person until they kind of grow out of it. And they want to go do their own thing. And sometimes, there can be some heat there. But at the end of the day, like you said, Royce is young and he's growing. And Jason worked for him. That record company and that producer worked for his sound for a while, and now he wants to, evolve and, get more into what he's doing, maybe be a little less commercial, whatever the case, and be more into his art and what he's seeing. And sometimes you just grow out of one situation and into another. And I kind of think that's where Royce is, because I don't think either guy has any ill will towards the other. So, yeah, right. Man. So that's how I see that. And then my main question to you, man, is I've been dying to ask you this, and it's apropos for now. Why does everybody hate Jason Whitlock? And I mean everybody, right? Like I'm talking from, main, news folk, ESPN to, your everyday, even black conservative to, save for dudes between, say, 38 and 60 that like Brett Favre and Uncle Ruckus. Like everybody else hates Whitlock. And look, man, I think he makes some valid points. I think he does. His point on Bud Light and it actually being them coming down to their knees. And then if you looked up the Sean Strickland thing, I think it's brilliant. I love the Sean Strickland play of him coming out and being like, well, let's just see how down they are. But why do you think everybody hates Jason Whitlock? And the thing there is that when everybody hates somebody, I'm naturally drawn to see what they're saying. Mm-hmm. But he ain't saying nothing good. So why he's not saying nothing original or groundbreaking. In fact, he steals a lot of his shit right from your show. True story. We've proven that, right? That's not an argument. So you know what I mean? So my question is, what is that all about? I wonder.
That's how Jason designs it. He designs his brand to be hated. He says the things that he knows will piss people off.
Right. Well, and yeah. Well, it makes sense. There is no other, real hard Uncle Ruckus style character. And I'm not trying to be insulting. I just mean for real. There's no other real character like that goes that hard, right? So yeah, I mean, makes sense. Man.
If rage clicks equals dollars, that's one strategy to growing your brand, right? So rage clicks, and it's very hard to find anybody other than black women that you can just instantly just make outrage, and the next would be the black man. They just tend to be more outraged, or at least that's who he decides to, because you can outrage the left, you can outrage red whites, so he chooses black people to enrage. It's not that hard.
Well, being the black woman that he is, it makes sense. But anyway. Anyway, man, no, I see that, man. It makes a lot of sense there. So, also, if you think about the Blaze thing, the only other, brother they really have on staff is Delano, and I think he's a brilliant man, but he's not going to bring the fire the way Jason would. So that, on a marketing level might make sense in a way. So, all right, man, I just want Hotep and Bills. Hotep is for the children. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything, man. Hope you had a good Halloween, and we'll talk soon.
All right, man. We got to talk soon anyway, so let's link.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Thank you. Right. Yes, sir.
USD. What up, Michelle? Just reading the chat there. Jonah. Where's Jonah? Jonah takes forever. He takes forever to grab the phone lines. Where is he? Let me see what's up with Jonah. So there's some Jonathan Majors movement, Marvel stuff happening. I'm more concerned with these interest rates. And no, some people are mad. They're like, Jerome Powell, what are you doing?
Call from
Jonah.
What's good?
What's happening, man?
Nothing. HSBC. Hong Kong. It all came out of Hong Kong and the Opium Wars. Now, do you remember a couple of weeks ago I tagged you with you said they were doing $1 billion into green, and I tagged and said it's just them getting away from another fine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that fine was for?
Mm-mm.
So their locations in Mexico had like these special windows for the cartels to drop off their funds, and they had special duffel bags assigned to special duffel bags for the windows that were cut out in the area for them to drop it off.
Mm-hmm.
They literally had like their own drop off.
Yeah.
So yeah, HSBC has always been the drug trade under the royal family.
Mm.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Mm.
Yeah, and again, anyone who thinks FDR was for the people, fuck off.
You said what?
His gay ass name, FDR. Anyone who thinks he was for the people, get real. His middle name is Delano. Well, his great granddaddy or his granddaddy was a heroin smuggler for the U.S. ambassador, heroin smuggler and U.S. ambassador in China during the Opium Wars. So, anyways, these people out there, it's the HSBC. They're definitely ones that they definitely run all the gray and black money for UK. Yeah, that's where you see.
That's all that dark money is.
You'll see them on a lot of it because it's a Hong Kong Shanghai bank.
Okay.
That's what the HS is for, Hong Kong Shanghai.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't even know that guy used to live in my city. Well, where I live now. Royce.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he played in London.
You have to link up with him.
No, he said he played in London.
He played in London.
Yeah, he used to. So, anyways, Hotep and Build.
Hotep and Build. Talk to you soon.
HSBC, every time you see them, it's going to be dirty.
Every single time. Hey, appreciate you, Jonah.
Later.
All right, later. Trying to get this email in. I don't know. Somebody said they sent me an email for the pause button. See what's up with that. It's 4:00. I'm off the clock. On the dot. Look at that green. Look at that green. You're happy if you took my investing advice. I dropped some, well, it's not advice. Let me take that back. It's not investing advice. I dropped my outlook, which could appear to be investing advice. You hit the link in the description box below, take you to the Telegram, is for very special interest groups.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You know, in the chat, I'm sorry, in the description box, it'll say Access Super DAP airdrop group. So you want to join the group, join the Telegram. And shout out to Syscoin, because that's where the exciting things are happening. Syscoin up. I sent some of y'all Syscoin. I kind of regret that. I'm like, damn, I gave away a lot of Syscoin, and it just went up. It's up. Fucking everything's up, as you can see on the screen right there. Once the Fed says they're not touching interest rates, it's go time. And really, that's what they should do. They should probably just leave the fucking interest rates alone, bro. Would I consider Whitlock Hotep? No. Whitlock's not Hotep. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right. Let's go here. So yeah, I'm about to go do some office hours. I gotta fucking schedule a whole bunch of shit. My WhatsApp is going off. I got a meeting later with the team, with the Men of Order team, some compliance shit. So subscribe, hit the like button. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Hotep and Bill.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.